y'all remember when KG, now a former member of VCHA, an American K-pop girl group by JYP Entertainment, came forward in December 2024 with a statement about leaving the group due to mistreatment? If you guys don't know anything about it, go check that video out first. Well, back then a lot of people sympathized with her, but many also said that she simply wasn't cut out for idol life. So I was on her side initially, I even defended her publicly in that video, but now my opinion has changed and I can be hated for it, y'all, but I'm here to be honest. So why am I no longer a strong supporter of this situation? Let's break it down. But before we dive in, subscribe to the channel. My guys, what did I just say? There's a lot more coming forward, so don't miss it, subscribe, and let's dive in. So on December 9th, 2024, KG, at the time a member of VCHA under JYP Entertainment, filed a lawsuit to terminate her contract, citing serious mistreatment by the company. Among the key allegations were workplace abuse. KG reported psychological pressure, overwhelming workloads, and a lack of proper support. Violation of privacy. She claimed hidden cameras were installed in their dorms without the members' consent. Unfair working conditions. She said basic needs like food and water were sometimes denied and they were made to overwork without fair compensation. These claims sent shockwaves through the K-pop community, raising serious questions about how young idols are treated in the industry. Like, it was a big problem before, but now it's even bigger. At the time, KG wasn't looking for compensation, she just wanted to break free from JYP and break the contract without going in depth. Then, in May, things escalated. KG released kinda a Google Drive link with evidence, and let me tell you, the evidence was solid. She also revealed that one member had engaged in self-harm and even attempted to take her own life. This sparked speculation that the member in question might be the youngest one, born around 2009, which is insane. How can you debut a 14-year-old? Like, she was 13 at the— oh my god, she was 13 when she debuted. That is insane, guys. I can't take young idols in the industry, I'm sorry. So why people thought that was her? Because just 2 months after their official debut, this member went on hiatus, a pretty strange move that early on. If you know more details about why fans are so sure and they are extremely convinced the youngest member went through this, drop them in the comments, drop your opinions in the comments. I'd love to know, and I'm still reading each one. Yeah, but back to the evidence. One thing that shocked me the most was her mother's response. That's all she had to say to her daughter after everything. I'm sorry, but I truly don't get that, even with all due respect to her family. I don't want to harm anyone, I don't want to insult no mother, no daughter. I'm just kind of shocked by that message. The legal battle is still ongoing and the public is thankfully on KG's side. When this all came out in December, I felt deep sympathy to her. Going through that at 16 or 17 thousands of miles from home, that is horrifying. I don't even need to explain why. I honestly thought this case would change the industry or at least affect the company. I thought it'd be a major scandal, something that would shake the foundations of the system. Of course, I knew being a trainee and an idol was very hard, but I didn't know it was like this bad. So bad that someone would consider ending their own life. I remember when I was 12, I thought that I want to be an idol for the rest of my life, and people in the comments keep saying that I'm just jealous of idols, that I want to be an idol and I can't be an idol, you know. But guys, I don't want to go through this. So the situation must be even worse for the other girls in VCHA. They weren't prepared for this at all. They were never trainees, they never lived in Korea as far as I know. They were not ready both mentally and physically. They didn't know the industry is like that tough. Maybe they thought idol life would be easier. They maybe expected things to be hard and tough, but like not that tough. And I can get it. I really can. I don't want to justify anything the company did, but the girls clearly underestimated how brutal this world of K-pop is. But still, what happened should never have happened. Not to anyone, never. It makes me feel so many things, so many weird things, to think that VCHA may not even be an exception. Like, obviously they're not an exception. This most likely, I'm not claiming, but most likely this happened with ex-VCHA and Mixed Stray Kids, Twice, and all the JYP groups. Just imagine what's happening in Korea for Korean members, where these horrors are often masked as discipline or hard work. We have no idea what idols have really been through, and this still makes me respect them more, kinda. I read something on Reddit that stuck with me. Apparently, every single group under JYP in recent years has had at least one member take a break. And the member of the Reddit community said that is because the company pushed them so hard that they literally cannot go on like physically. Their bodies and minds just give out. That is a very interesting take and I just wanted to share it with you. It just makes so much sense to me. What do you say, guys? So, y'all know, my support for KG hasn't disappeared. I'm still on her side. I genuinely hope she wins the lawsuit, but it's just a pure hope. It's not knowing. I'm not sure. I made this video for a reason. The title is not a clickbait. Because be honest, if KJ hadn't brought it up in May, would anyone still be talking about it? No, we all just moved on. The scandal faded, and that's heartbreaking. Not just for KG, but for us as fans and for the K-pop community. At the same time, I kinda get it. We are just consumers and justice should come from legal channels, not from us. But if the public forgets and no one speaks up again and again and again about this horrible story, I feel like KG might feel like giving up. She is a 17-year-old girl going up against a global corporation. That is terrifying. I used to think that JYP was kinda declining and flopping a bit. Their artists don't dominate like they used to, but unfortunately for both you and me, the company's stock hasn't crashed. It's not at its peak, but it's not failing either. They are far from not having money to deal with a lawsuit. And that makes me wonder, can a 17-year-old girl really win this? Even more confusing that no other members have left, at least not officially. There are rumors lately that some might be leaving soon, but JYP just announced a comeback. But will that comeback really happen? I also don't know. Because in December we were told that VCHA coming back in January and now I'm making this video in May and still we got nothing from them. Almost a year in silence. As for KG, I really don't think she's losing much by leaving the group and the company. The group didn't seem destined for major success, for global success. It's a far cry from something like Cat's Eye, you know. So in my subjective personal opinion, she probably made the right call. I really think so, because why would you stay in such situation? Many people say she just can't handle it, she didn't know it's that hard to be an idol, but they kept saying that it's okay, it's just a K-pop idol life and all of that. But as for me, I think it's very wise of her to leave a situation where she is treated like that. She's not just treated badly, they are literally breaking the law. So she is very brave to speak out and I am personally very proud of her. But I want to hear your opinion. Do you think VCHA had the potential to be global? Or was it always going to be a failed attempt at reaching the international market? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. So let's generalize a bit why I think this lawsuit might not succeed. First of all, contracts favor agencies, especially in Korea. Most training contracts are borderline exploitative and written in ways that protect the company from legal responsibility. It is a systemic problem, but hard to fight alone. Second of all, JYP has massive resources and legal experience. They've been in business literally for decades. Their legal team knows how to manage scandals and protect the company image. KG is going up against a machine, and what I think is the most terrifying thing as for now is that people, real or bots, I don't know, are trying to be like, oh, it's not JYP, it's not the company, it's staff. Staff are literally employees of the company. What are you talking about? They're trying to be like, the company is not guilty, they didn't know. Like, seriously, guys. Third of all, no public support from other members. If things were really this bad, why is everyone else staying silent? I am not saying that KG is lying. No, I'm not saying that, okay, but it really makes me wonder why no one joins KG. I feel bad for her in that way. I am sure that her statements are true, but it makes me wonder still. Maybe it could be fear of contract limitations, maybe going into doubt, but in court it just looks like KG has no witnesses. She has photos and conversations, but it would be so much better if members supported her. Fourth of all, public interest is fading. Back in December, everyone was fired up, but now it's May and KG the only one still pushing. Like, people feel sorry for her, but I am so sure that in months we are all gonna be like, oh, Eugene's again, right? By the way, I had some videos about them, check them out. People seem to enjoy them. So without public attention, her chances shrink, and I think that we should support her as public, but I feel like the main job is on her legal team. It's still controversial to me. Please let me know your opinion. What do you say about this whole situation? I'm reading every single comment. Sometimes I agree, sometimes I disagree, and sometimes I pin comments, right? Thank you guys for watching. That was kind of a conclusion, wasn't it? Thank you for watching, for all the support. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and write down your comments. Maybe have conversations with other members of our little smart family community. See you later. Bye.